Oh baby, it's a shame that we don't operate well, baby. Cause you're bad for my health, I swear you go to hell. Take the L, I don't wanna see you swell no more. And you might be the death of me now, baby, but we don't want no homicide now, do we? And shooting my soul so loud, are you happy now?
Hi everyone, welcome back to another Small Business Diaries or Small Business Vlog. It has been a couple of months, maybe 3 months since I filmed my last one, and it's purely just been a very busy time for me at the moment, personally and business wise. I've just had a lot of things going on, and I also have kind of just, I've been wanting to film them, but I feel like a lot of my Small Business Diaries are just me doing the exact same thing, which is sewing. So I kind of put off filming another one just for that reason, because I don't want them to get boring or anything like that, but I did want to get back into it, and I think that hopefully this week it'll be a little bit more interesting for you guys to watch. I'm obviously going to be working through a lot of orders that I have, because I recently just did a little mini end of financial year sale, I guess. It was mostly just sample sale and old stock that I was selling, which was great. I still have quite a few left online if you'd like to go check it out. And then I also just reduced a few other items as well that I'd like to just eventually probably take off the website, so I just thought that it would be a good idea to reduce those as well. Anyway, I'm going to get stuck into sewing. I have a few orders that I need to get through. But yeah, I have a bit of orders that I need to get through. I've already sent out a few, but I'm going to get through hopefully 3 or 4 today and send those out this afternoon, and then the other 2 I'm going to do tomorrow. And then I'm also going to show you guys how I work on my sewing patterns, because I'm going to release a new one hopefully next week, if I can get it all filmed and sorted and everything. But I'd like to release the bell pants pattern, which is one of my older designs. I think I brought it out in maybe 2021 or the end of 2020, I think, when I switched over my brand to be more resort wear, and they were really, really popular. I just undercharged myself for them, and I wasn't really earning money on them. That's why I stopped selling them. But I did want to bring out a new version of those pants, so I decided to do the Paloma pants, which are a similar fit, they're just different make. But I wanted to give people the opportunity to make something similar to the Paloma pants, because they've been very popular at the moment. But obviously I don't want to be doing the bell pants anymore, so I thought instead of having them go to waste, I'll make a sewing pattern tutorial for them and release it for those who would like to make them for themselves. Anyway, I'm going to get stuck into sewing because I have a fair bit to get through before I have to go to the post office this afternoon. It is also a very rainy and gloomy day, and it's supposed to be raining all week, which I'm not excited about, but then I guess it's kind of nice because I'm not wanting to like go outside and spend my time outside in the sun because it's raining. Thursday. I didn't film anything yesterday because I wanted to get those orders finished and sent out for everyone so that I could have all of today to work on the bell pants pattern. I thought I'd run you through how I make my sewing patterns. So I typically, from the beginning, I've always worked with just paper patterns and I've just drawn them up myself and then graded them by hand, which takes such a long time to do. I'm starting to do a paper pattern for my first pieces and then grade after that and then just make adjustments as I need to go. But basically any of my old patterns are all on paper and I want to transfer majority of my old ones onto a digital pattern because if I'm not using them then I can at least just have them on my computer and I can just get rid of the actual paper patterns themselves because a lot of them are old, they're falling apart and all that type of stuff, and also they take up a lot of space and I don't have a lot of space up in my studio, so the less that I have there the better it is. So I'm slowly going through all of my old patterns. The patterns that I have available online are still pieces that I sell, but I'm going to start doing some of the old patterns that I'm not selling anymore and some that I have recently discontinued. The first thing that I do is I take a photo from above of the pattern pieces that I'm wanting to work with. So I just pick a size. Normally I just do a size 10 or 8 or 12 or something like that, and then I just go off of those sizes and grade up and down. The way that I learned is from a tutorial from, this is Keishi, I think her name is, but she does a really good in-depth tutorial on how to grade your pattern pieces and how to digitize your pattern pieces. So I went off of hers and a couple of other ones as well, but hers is like the main one that I refer back to because I've just found it very easy to follow along with and everything. So I'm going to go in to Illustrator, I'm going to create an artboard, and then what I'm going to do is add those photos in that I took just before of the pattern piece. And then I also have all of my patterns just here. So now what I have to do is I need to measure basically one of the sides on these. So I'm just going to take like this smaller side, and that is 7.6 centimeters along that side. So the next bit that I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this inseam length on the pants, which my pattern's a little bit shorter just because I used to use this for 2 different pieces and one was a shorter hem to it, but I know like the full length, which is 31.5 inches, and I have that on the screen there, and then I take it up, like the hem is to 29.5 inches. So I need to do that full length, and I at least have that little measuring tape on the screen there so that I know how long it needs to be as well. So I'm just going to do that now and then transfer it over onto the Illustrator document. Okay, so I've just shrunk down all of my pattern pieces so that they're the right size, and then now what I'm going to do is just add a heap of layers. So the size that I'm working off is a size 10, so I'm going to do 12. So now that I've got pretty much everything set up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just measure basically all the way around the outside of this, and then I'm just going to trace around here, but then I'm also just going to make sure that all of the lines that are on the computer are the same length and distance and everything. I'm just going to make sure that this is correct. I'm also going to move this dart because that's in the wrong spot, but we'll do that later. So it's 21.6, which mine's 21.5/6, so that's okay. If it's like the tiniest bit, it's fine. It's when it's like a whole centimeter or like a half centimeter, that's when there's a bit of a problem, but having it like that is okay. So now that I have all of that one done, I'm going to go in, measure it all out, make sure all of the lines are correct, and I'm also going to make the other pattern pieces, and then I'm going to start grading, but I'll come back to you when I'm doing that. Okay, so I've just spent the last like hour grading the different sizes. I do have to go back in though and just measure all of the like waistbands, their hip measurements and everything, and just make sure that they're all correct. I do have to adjust some of like where the crotch part is. Other than that, it's pretty much all done. I do have to add a few other things and I have to move the darts as well, but most of it's all done, and then I'll go in and change it all over onto a printable piece of paper, like an artboard type of thing, and then I'll just do a test run, make sure that everything is measured correctly when it's printed, and then after that I'll do like the tutorial and everything. I'm going to go back in now and measure everything and then make any adjustments that I need to do. So I'll probably spend the rest of the day doing that, and then I'll probably hopefully film the tutorial for it tomorrow if I have the time to. Otherwise I'm going to film it early next week as well. I probably look a little bit weird. I did hair oiling for the first time this morning because I really want to grow my hair to just be really long and luscious and healthy, and yeah, this is my first time doing it. I've actually been filming a hair care journey on my personal TikTok as well. I've only got like one video up at the moment, but I want to keep doing it like every couple of weeks just to like show what I'm doing to try and like grow my hair to make it healthier. I'm just up in my upstairs studio this morning making a April maxi dress. I'm actually doing it for my brother's girlfriend. Gonna do that this morning, and then I'm gonna get back into working on some of the new stuff. I spent yesterday afternoon doing a lot of sketches and just research and trying to figure out what would be a really good collection to do. I'm not going to go too much into detail because I do want to keep it a surprise, and obviously when I'm making the samples and everything I do end up changing a lot of the finished product anyway from my original sketches. So I'll show you what I can, but also I'm going to try and keep it pretty hush because I feel like this collection is going to be really, really good, and I'm excited to bring it to life and share it with you guys. But yeah, I still kind of want to like keep it on the down low for the moment because we still got like, I don't know, 6 months left or like 5 months left until summertime. So yeah. Finished maxi dress. Love to see it. I get a lot of questions about my new pieces that I've brought out. So my Margot maxi dress and my Parma dress have been really popular, and I've had a lot of people ask for the pattern for those, and unfortunately for my new pieces I'm not going to be selling the patterns for them, just because I still want to keep In May as a fashion brand, like that's the main focus of it, and then the sewing patterns are kind of just a bonus for people who unfortunately might not be able to afford my pieces but they know how to sew, or just people who are wanting to learn how to sew. I don't want to change the whole setup of my brand. I still want it to be a fashion brand, and then obviously to reduce my waste and everything I'm going to be selling some of my patterns and that sort of stuff. But yeah, it makes me happy that people are really obsessed with my pieces and they love them, but I still want to keep them in focus as a fashion brand, and then the sewing patterns are just the bonus and they help me reduce my waste as well. Do I still write a thank you card? I guess so. It's for my brother's girlfriend, so like I guess I should. These are my new ones as well, which I love. I'm trying to figure out if I should keep like having a picture posted. So obviously this was the last photo shoot that I did, so I'm trying to figure out if I should keep having like a picture posted on it, or if I should just do like just words on it and then like some other stuff on the back, like how to take care of your products and that sort of stuff. I'm trying to figure out what to do, or if I send another like separate piece, because I feel like I want to include a how to take care of your garments sort of thing with it, but I'm not positive on what to do with that. Also, I am obsessed with doing this on my packaging now, like having a little to, and then your latest wardrobe staples have arrived, and then on the bottom it just says please dispose of your packaging thoughtfully. I love doing that. I think it's so nice. Actually, I don't think this will fit through here. Cute. I'm giving this to my mum on Sunday when I see her, because they don't live in the sunny coast, so Yeah, very cute. Okay, so I've just been working on some designs for the new summer collection, and you might be going, why are you working on summer pieces now? We're in the middle of winter, and it's because you really have to be ahead with fashion. Obviously, I feel like I'm a little bit behind. A lot of businesses are like 12 months, 14 months, 18 months ahead in fashion, so they've already got like next year's already planned. Whereas me, because I'm just one person doing 20 people's job, I'm a little bit behind. So I'm trying to get ahead and be more prepared and organized this year. It's been very up and down, and trying to get ahead of it now and work on my summer collection now so that it's just ready and seamless. And also I want to try and do this as a pre-made launch, so have pieces already made up in every size so that I can just pack orders and send them out, and then after that I can just do made to order. I really want to try doing that as my business model because I feel like it gives people who really want the products less of a wait time for getting them, whereas at the moment you order something and you still have to wait like a week to 3 weeks to get it. So I want to try that business model, and also I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can do a pop-up shop at the end of this year. That would be really, really awesome. So I also want to kind of get into that production line again. I haven't been doing a bulk production line and a bulk making process, I guess, since I've done the markets. So I used to do the markets for like 3 years, maybe 2.5, about 3 years of doing my business. And last year in, I think November, December was like the last time that I did the markets, and it was just because everything was getting really hectic online and I couldn't keep up with making the stock. And yeah, I'm hoping that maybe end of this year I can start getting back into that process, because it was like a good process to have. I just had the pieces there, I didn't have to like make them or anything, they were already done. So I'm thinking of doing that, also probably hiring someone as well, which would be really exciting, but we'll see how things go. I already gave you a little bit of a sneak peek of what I've been doing, but these aren't the finished designs or anything. This is just literally me sketching out a bunch of ideas for what I want to do. I basically, how I work is I get up a Pinterest board. I also write down a bunch of ideas of things that I want to do, and maybe like over time. So like I have like thoughts from like the beginning of the year of stuff that I've wanted to do for like summer this year, which is kind of how you should be working. You kind of want to be like 12 months ahead, but I'm behind. Anyway, point being is I have a bunch of ideas. I write them into I have like a Notion board of ideas that I have. I also create a Pinterest board, and I just put photos of pieces that I really like in there, and then I refer back to those when I'm doing my sketches. But I also have a bit of a theme in mind for this collection, which I'm not gonna talk about yet, but something to do with my travels. So something to do with my travels and what I was inspired by last year. So that's kind of what this collection is about. But basically this is a bunch of drawings that I have done, and I just have heaps of them. I'm not going to be using obviously all of these. They're just me just brain dumping everything that I've thought of, and then obviously I will refine that and then create a bit of a collection and a look, which I guess I can show you this. I'm not sure if I'll be using it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't show you that. Maybe I won't show you this, I don't know. But I'll basically refine that and make collections out of that, and just like put pieces together that I feel like really go together, like they vibe well. So as an example, which I feel like this is something that I will talk about, the Libby top, if you guys know it, I'm going to basically take that piece and then just make it a little bit different, because at the moment the collar kind of comes very far out. It's kind of like, if I show it on here, the collar, that doesn't really work. The collar just like sits very wide on the Libby top that I currently have, and I'm going to make it so that it is like a more narrow neckline and everything, but that's going to be for this collection, this future collection. I think that I might maybe in the springtime start to change them around or something, I don't know, but that's something that I'm working on for the summer collection. It's something that I'm going to do. I might even push it up and move that into like spring, because I don't know if I'll have a actual spring collection, but I might do like something small for spring. If you guys remember my chocolate brown mocha April maxi dress and dresses. I might be doing that for the springtime, but we'll see how we go. But yeah, that's basically that. I want to show you my Pinterest board, but I also don't because I don't want to give things away. But maybe if I just do a quick, I don't know if you'll really be able to see anything or make anything of it, but I'll give you a hint. It was basically inspired to me by where I went last year, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Also, yes, I do need to wash my oil out of my hair. It's looking very dark and gross. Should I dye my hair brown as well? I've been thinking about it. I've been slowly getting darker because I feel like it's been helping it a lot. But should I go dark or should I just keep it with like the balayage sort of